Democratic state lawmakers are pushing to legalize marijuana in North Carolina. They have filed bills that would legalize, regulate, and tax the drug, essentially the way it handles alcohol, if you want to make that comparison. WRAL's Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie joining us now to explain exactly how this would work.
Well, the first thing I have to say about all this is that this bill has a long way to go, and it's probably not going to get across the finish line. Bills filed by Democrats don't usually fare very well in our Republican-controlled legislature, but you know, anything's possible, right? So if this bill passes, the state would sell marijuana at ABC stores and state-operated marijuana outlets. People would also be allowed to grow up to 6 marijuana plants, but you'd have to keep them locked up. The age limit would be 21 to use or purchase the drug, and it would be illegal to drive under the influence, just as it is with alcohol. It would also be illegal to smoke this in public places, Dan.
I imagine a big part of this is the money it would bring in. It could be a cash cow. Is that what they're thinking?
Well, it's certainly brought in a lot of money in some other places where it's been legalized. You know, the drug would be taxed at 30%, and that money would be used under these bills to reinvest in the communities that have been the hardest hit by marijuana prohibition. People who have criminal records for possession would actually have their records expunged. The state would get some of the money from those taxes to do some public education, to do research into cannabis, and to treat addiction.
So WRAL has done polling on this before, because it's not the first time that this conversation has come up. And we've also looked at bipartisan support for the legalization of marijuana, especially when it comes to medical use. But the last 3 years, Republican state lawmakers have not been able to get that across the finish line.
That is right, Dan. The state Senate has passed medical marijuana legalization twice now, but the House has refused so far to vote on it. However, we have seen some changing of the makeup in the House Republican caucus, so there's always a chance. If anything were to pass this session, though, I'd say it would likely be medical marijuana only. Neither chamber has ever even held a debate on recreational legalization.
All right.